gotta do the whole thing.
Yeah. So, episode 2, part 2. We already started recording a bit. We had to go back because technical difficulties on my part. But thanks for being here, Alexis. Welcome to the show.
Honored.
Finally. I've been talking about this forever to you for like a while.
I know.
It's finally
now
happening.
that it's finally happening, and I have a microphone in my face and a laptop and yourself.
It's wild, right?
It's crazy.
And we're in a studio, like a legit studio.
Yes.
Because like you would probably like a lot of people would probably expect I do this shit in a garage. You know, like my first guest, he thought I was gonna be like in my house in a garage.
Oh yeah, I remember him saying that.
Yeah. And I mean, I thought about that, but I have no fucking space for like recording somewhere like that. And it's just, I wasn't trying to like record in that type of environment just because this feels better. It's more of like a professional environment. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, more comfortable. You have your equipment here to work with rather than like you're saying, you could have recorded this off of your phone, got all this background noise and had to figure out all this other bullshit.
Yeah. I mean, I'm still having to figure out bullshit. Like, we had the dude come in here. He was in here for like 5 minutes trying to figure this shit out with me. Because I just don't understand this shit. Like, he asked me that question, and I was like, I don't know what the fuck you're saying, dude. Because I don't understand. Like, that happened to me the last time, too. But whatever. We're learning.
Yeah.
But
it's always better to be self-taught, I think, too.
Yeah. Is that how you started your art? Like, did you, decide? Like, how did you start doing art? I know everybody draws and shit, but how did you focus on that?
Well, I never know what age I started at. I want to say 12, but I also want to say younger.
Yeah.
But I just started drawing Sonic, Invader Zim, Nickelodeon Cartoon Network characters. And I would just sit on a computer all day staring at the screen and basically trying to redraw what was on the screen. So I didn't start actually making my own characters or trying to remake a character in my own style.
Yeah.
Until maybe like, I want to say maybe 5 years ago.
Okay.
Because I would always just pretty much copy what I was seeing, but I wasn't making it like original.
Yeah.
But as of focusing on it, I think it's always been a thing.
Yeah.
Because that's always what I did. I didn't like sports.
Yeah.
I didn't like dancing.
Yeah. Dude, I can't see you be a dancer.
Yeah, I didn't like anything else that people would probably normally like go to. I would take my lunch to the art room and have my art teacher like help me with tips on like, although that was fine art, which I'm not really into like that. I'm more like cartoon and animation and music and stuff like that. But
it's more like modern too. It's like different, right? It's more creative. I feel like what you do.
Yeah, like I never know how to categorize my art.
Yeah.
Because it's cartoons and like pop art.
Yeah.
And I guess I could call it pop art, but I don't see it as pop art either. Mm-hmm. And like, I think it was the beginning of this year where I was like, I think I'm like a contemporary artist.
That's what I was thinking too. Like, it's more like, because contemporary, like now, today's age, like it's a lot different than it was a few years ago, you know? Everybody has their own way of doing things. Yeah. When did you start? Because you went to school for that, right?
A little bit. I went to UIC for fine art.
Okay.
Which did not last at all. I think I went to school for like a month.
Oh,
and
really?
I was just like, I don't like this, and I didn't even cancel my classes, so I ended up having to pay those off.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, I was. That was right out of high school too, so I didn't even know what I was. I knew I wanted to go in the art field.
Yeah.
But I didn't know which way to go with it.
Yeah. And
I got scholarships for UIC, so I was like, well,
might as well go, right?
Yeah, I'm giving money for it. Fuck it, I'll fucking take it, you know? But then within my art classes, I wasn't liking the projects we were giving.
What type of projects were they?
There was only one that I liked, which was sculpting. And I made like this carrot. Because it was a project where we were given a piece of paper and the paper had like 12 panels or something on it, and we would send it around the room. Okay. And whatever your last image was.
That's what you would do?
Yeah.
Okay. So you got the fucking carrot?
And it was a carrot with like electricity ball and another like little mini carrot on it. And I was like, well, okay. But it was fun.
Yeah. That sounds pretty cool.
But the other projects was like one where we had to get newspaper for painting. and we had to sculpt it, and it ended up being like a dead pigeon or something, and then we had to paint it on a canvas.
Yeah.
And then we had to present it, and it was basically like trying to find a deeper meaning into the painting, which I didn't have. I was like, it's a dead fucking pigeon. What do you want me to say?
Yeah.
So I liked painting, but I wasn't a fan of like the whole process, and I understood like we got to get critiqued and stuff, and I expect that even with going into like animation, because that's what I really want to go into school for, is animation. Now that I know.
Yeah. I mean, it takes time. Everybody has to like, you got to go through some shit to realize what you want to do. It took me like
3 years. I think I realized it. We went to the movies and we watched Coco in the theaters.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was fucking crying over that movie. Like, just not even over the emotional aspect, but like seeing his peach fuzz and all the detail and like the blurriness of like the way the animation was. I was just like crying, and I was like, I think this is what I want to do.
Yeah. I've never seen the movie. I heard everybody talk about it. I still
It's on Netflix. You should.
I will watch it.
It's really good and it's beautiful.
I heard everybody cried over it. I've only cried over like a few movies. The one movie that I've cried over
you don't seem like you would cry.
Nah, I usually just sit there like, that's it, like fucking pussies. The only movie I cried over is Marley and Me. I was like 12. I probably was like 10 or 12.
Yeah.
It's like, it's a dog though. It's like a dog's death. I mean, but Coco, like, spoiler alert, doesn't the grandma die or some shit like that? Doesn't somebody die?
I believe so. I'm pretty sure she passes away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see, and I wouldn't care about that. I'm like, whatever. But if it's a dog, I'll fucking start bawling. I remember like when that happened, my dad was like, stop being a pussy. And I was like, all right, dude, sorry. Like, I'll grow up, man up.
But Daddy, it's a dog.
Dude, I have such a soft spot for dogs. I love my dogs.
Yeah, they're companions and they're there for you and whatnot.
Yeah. How many dogs do you have? You have dogs, right?
Technically, I would say I have 3 right now. I have a dog named Bella. She lives at my mom's house.
Yeah.
And then I have 2 which live with us at my girlfriend's house.
Okay.
And they're 2 smaller dogs, Chiquita and Rocky.
That fits.
But they're not technically mine, but I would say they're mine because I live with them and I show them love and I try to feed them and take them out if I can.
Yeah, as long as you feed them, pick up their shit and give them water, they're your dogs. Like, they're yours. I hate picking up my dog's shit. And my dog's big. Like, sometimes just like, really? Like, this is really what you
it's like human shit.
Dude, yeah, dude, it's fucking huge. But I don't know. I wouldn't want a small dog. Would you want a big dog or would you stick with small dogs?
Well, Bella, she's pretty medium. She's a pit bull Jack Terrier mix. She's more of a size of a Jack Terrier though, so she's not like humongous. But I think I would like big dogs, but they're definitely, I feel, a little more difficult.
Yeah, they're a handful.
I'm sure.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's all good. You gotta train them though. That's the thing. A lot of people just tweak and think, oh, good boy. Like, you'll listen. But nah, they have like their own personalities. Like, they're fucking smart.
Like, I feel like I could have trained Bella a little better, but I wasn't home as much as I should have been and whatnot.
Especially when they're puppies, it's important. Like, the first few months, like, even though they're small, like, you gotta teach them like right away. So it instills in them. Yeah. Like,
she still shits and pisses in the house, and I'm like,
oh, that fucking sucks.
She was doing good for a while, but then out of nowhere, she like started it again. But I'm never home, so.
So you don't gotta deal with that shit.
Yeah, I don't have control over it.
Yeah. Yeah, my dog doesn't really do that anymore. The only time he pisses is because he gets scared of me. Like, when I get mad at him, I don't abuse him or anything. But it's more like when he knows he fucked up. Like, if I come home, I see garbage on the floor and shit, he'll see me. And, like, if he, like, okay, let's say he does it towards, like, the back of the room, and I walk into the front where I can't see it, he'll say, hey, what's up, cool. But as soon as I start walking to, like, the kitchen in the back,
the ears
he'd be like,
go back.
yeah, the ears, it's all low. And, like, one time I got home and I was like, Cubby, what the fuck? Like, I wasn't even mad. I was just, like, upset and disappointed. And he, like, pissed himself. I'm like, dude, what the fuck? Now you're making more of a mess. And I was like, oh, my God, dude.
Oh, he said I'm going to get my ass beat.
Yeah, I mean, I don't abuse my dog.
No,
but you got to, like, punish him every once in a while. Like, dude, what
definitely.
the fuck? Yeah, but, yeah, fuck. I love him, though. I wouldn't give him up for the world. He's such a big-ass baby. Like, I love my dog.
What kind of dog is he?
They're German Shepherd.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, but he's small, though. Like, I remember when we first got him, people were like, oh, he's going to be super big. He's going to be super huge. Dude's still fucking small. He's, like, 3 years old already. Like, grow up already. Like, get big. He's still a teenager. Yeah. All right, but back on the art subject, because you're doing my cover art. And like I think we were saying that on the first recording that we tried this. I don't know if we said that already.
Yeah.
But like my cover art, it's obviously, I mean, obviously it'll be up by now. It'll be pink. It'll be bright. It's me with a beard, but it's way different than when we had first started talking about
Yeah.
it. Like, go ahead.
So originally, I had told you just blues and yellows. Like
Yeah.
I wanted to keep it very monochromatic
Yeah.
to kind of challenge myself as well,
Yeah.
because I used to do like monochromatic stuff. And then as I was going, I was like, I don't know. Like something about this is too bland and too simple. And I was trying with the trees, like I had mentioned to you
Yeah.
to do, and the trees weren't making sense. And
Yeah.
I ended up scratching it, and then I redid it, and I came up with that, adding the pink, adding the purple,
Yeah.
and changing your. I was gonna keep your hat blue too, and I ended up doing it like a turquoise.
Something, dude. I'm bad with colors. Probably. I'm like slightly colorblind, so I think I said it was blue.
I think
but
you
it's purple.
told me that before. Yeah.
Yeah, as long as it stood out. As long I could see pink. That's all that matters. But yeah, but I gave it. I gave you the, like, I requested it from you like a while ago, right? Like I gave you the idea. Hey, could you do this for me? And like I've recorded an episode already, but I've never been tripping in like the time it took, because also like I knew what you're capable of. Like I was saying, I expected to be different. I didn't know what to expect. I know you do like sketches, you do like your little designs, like you do the Mac Miller sticker, and that's way different than what you did with mine.
Yeah.
So I was letting you like do your things. I remember when you first sent me the sketch with like me and the trees, I was like, interesting, cool. But then when you're like, well, fuck that, let's do something else, I didn't even care. I was like, let's do it. Like, this is in your hands. Like, I trusted you with it, and it came out pretty fucking raw. Like, I was very excited when you sent it to me, because I think yesterday you sent me like the final version of it, right?
Pretty much.
Yeah, and I was like, this is fucking dope.
I feel like I need to fix the unnamed letters though,
Uh-huh.
because I feel like they kind of don't match with the podcast letters.
Okay. By the time
And-
this is up, it'll be all done already. You'll have figured that out. Yeah.
But definitely, like you said, with like the Mac Miller, that was more like I tried to make him into my own cartoon sort of
Yeah.
way, which I like to do a lot.
Yeah.
Like I've done Trippie Redd, I've done Billie Eilish. I did a Kuko drawing, which I've never finished because I wasn't liking how it was coming out, but I plan on finishing that too. And it's kind of similar. It's like a monochromatic kind of theme,
Yeah.
but I just never posted it up.
And that's just something you want to do, or are you doing it for somebody? Or
No,
like, is
that's
there a
more
purpose
like personal, just because I had the thought of doing it. Because, like, when I draw characters, I noticed that I draw more of, like, animals.
behind it? Okay.
So I never really focus on humans because hands and facial features
That's
and
a lot harder to do.
perspective and feet. And, yeah, it's a little more difficult, I feel.
Yeah.
So with redrawing music artists as cartoon characters, I feel is just me trying to step out of a comfort zone,
Yeah.
kind of, and try to challenge myself. But I focus on animals.
Yeah. I mean, who doesn't love animals, you know? But with that process, like the way, and when I mean process, I mean like your artistic process. Like, how does that start? Like, do you like, because obviously you do commission pieces, but obviously you draw for yourself. So let's say, what's the difference between you drawing for yourself and you like knowing, oh, I have to do this commission piece? Like, do you get into your zone, or how does that work for you?
I honestly feel like when it comes to drawing to myself, I'm a little more into it because
Yeah.
it's like, you know, it's something I want to draw and want to get done.
Yeah.
And I don't have to worry about like a time limit or specifics or sending it off to somebody, making sure like, hey, is this the direction you want me to go in?
Yeah.
If not, what's needed to be changed? Because I haven't had like a lot of people where I send off art and they ask for like drastic changes. But there was one time where I was doing this like pill bottle,
Okay.
and I wasn't completely sure what direction he was going. He just told me he wanted the pill bottle, he wanted a logo, he wanted the leaf, and some like kind of psychedelic shit.
Yeah.
So I ended up just drawing some mushrooms at the bottom with like a yellow outline and blue, and I just felt like with that one it was so not the direction that I wanted to go in, but he liked it like a lot. So it was cool, you know, but it's definitely harder to try to get someone's
like approval of things or like
pretty much.
Oh, got you. And for that one, like since you did that, would you do it again in your old style, like, or once it's done?
Probably. Yeah. I mean, I haven't gone back or looked at it. Yeah. But I'll definitely, like, after I send it off, like you said before, you post anything or submit anything, you're kind of like, well, this could have probably been done better or whatever. But it is what it is. He's got it. He liked it. He approved it. So
I mean, for something like that, that's all that matters, right? As long as you're cool with it,
as long as he's happy with it, I'm happy with it. You know.
Yeah. How do you feel about this one? Like, do you feel like
this one? I pretty much the way I envisioned it. Yeah. Honestly, yes. Other than changing the complete color of the background and no trees and all that.
Other than a few drastic changes.
The exact facial expression you sent me, because that's just like.
Yeah, and when he had asked me for the picture, I was like, damn, like, what the fuck do I do? I didn't expect that at all, right? Because I expected maybe something cartoonish like you would do. So I figured you would do something off of memory or something. So I was like, fuck, what am I going to do? And I was like, you know what? Let me just be me. Let me just stand there and just fucking have like a blank face on.
And that's exactly what I imagined. Yeah. And like I said, or like you're saying, cartoonish. That's my general route. And I'm down to do that for you too, if you want like a cartoon version of yourself.
No, I think this one's dope. Dude,
but for this, I don't know. I just felt like it should be more of a realistic image of you. So then if you don't like do recordings or whatever, people could kind of get like
a general idea of how I look. Mm-hmm. Yeah. What do you have planned for your art? Like, do you have anything you want to do soon? Like, have you ever thought about doing like one of those like I don't know how the fuck to explain. Like, I see it all the time where people show up their art and be like, here, check this shit out. Like prints and stuff. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, definitely. I had my first art show ever in August. Yeah. And as I was going around to like different booths or tables, however you want to call it, I noticed that people had prints and they were selling them for like $5-10 and people were buying that. Yeah. Whereas I had canvases for way higher prices because it's more there were paintings and stuff. Yeah. But people were mainly just buying my stickers. Yeah. And I'm fine with that. You know, I didn't expect to sell anything or whatever, but I definitely realized if I'm going to be doing art shows or any conventions or anything, I will need prints. And I also would like to sell prints and stickers and clothing. Like, I've been trying to go to the shop by my house for a while to see, like, for shirts and clothing and whatnot. But I don't know why. I just haven't. I've had the time to go. Yeah. But I've been so timid to, like, walk in and be like, how is this process going to go and how much? And right? Do I need to bring the... Yeah. Like, I don't know. Something about like, frontal confrontation about... Yeah. And starting a business, I guess.
It's different, too, because it's also something you've never done before. So it's scary because, like... Because when I first came here, I was like, hey, so how does this shit work? Like, I was, you know me, I'm not very, like, timid. I'm pretty much out there all the time, you know? Yeah. But because this is something I want to do, and I was like, I don't know, I don't control this environment, so I'm like, you know? Yeah. But I think it's a lot easier. I think it'd be better to do prints, like, for now. I mean, I'll obviously have your canvases and stuff, because that's something big and it's worth more. Yeah. But I think today's day and age, like, people just want something quick and want something, you know, like, small. Yeah. Not to take up a lot of space. So I think stickers and stuff. And you should open up your store, like, online.
I want to, but like I said, if I'm going to open a store, like, create a website, I want to have multiple things to sell. Because right now, all I have is my stickers. Yeah. I don't have prints. Yeah. And my original pieces, obviously. But I would like to put up my whole website, like, at once. While I have clothes, prints. Yeah. Everything I would want to sell rather than just
like every little thing at a time. Yeah. And I think that's the best direction to go. That's kind of what I'm trying to do, you know, because I told you about this and I've been having this thing, but I haven't told anyone about the websites or anything like that, just other than like the few people we talk to at work. But like, I think the best today's day and age, I think it's better to give something to everyone at once, you know? Yeah. Because people lose their they're focused on things. They lose interest real quick. So if they just see one thing, they'll forget about it if you don't do something within like a week or a few days.
Like Instagram has this thing where you can repost things on your story.
Yeah.
And then if you click it, you can see the post.
Yeah.
So sometimes I even like post my own posts.
Yeah.
So then I can maybe get people to come in. Because like when I put up the pieces that I have of like the canvases, I put like in the caption, DM me if you're interested or whatever. So like just in case somebody sees it and they're like, hey, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Maybe I want that.
Well, I think doesn't Instagram have like an option for like a store though? Like can't you do something through there?
There's like this business thing.
Yeah.
I'm not sure quite what it is yet because I think you can like promote your post like you're saying and it'll send it like on similar hashtags that people look up or whatever.
Yeah.
But the first time I messed with it, it was saying how much do you expect to make daily or whatever. And it was showing like a money scale. And I was like, well, I don't have money to send out my own like art right now.
Yeah,
so
totally
I'm going to
get
give
you.
it a second. And then once I'm in school, maybe I'll try and start promoting it, you know?
I get you. But that thing's so like intimidating because I've got that question like trying to set this thing up. Like I was setting something up and it's like, how much money are you expecting to make? About 10,000, 20,000, 50,000. I'm like, dude, what the fuck? Like,
I'm just starting,
dude. Maybe about like $10, like within the first year, hopefully, maybe.
Yeah.
But
invest more, and then eventually.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's all. That's like you said, invest more. I think it's important to invest in ourselves. You know, like, I mean, we work at the same place, but eventually, I'm sure we want to work for ourselves. You know, like, aren't you fucking? I hate working. I'm so tired of working there. Not just there in general, but like working somewhere else or for someone else.
I think that's definitely a big thing. Like I always say that I should apply somewhere else, and my girlfriend is always telling me like, get out of there. I don't know why you're still there, or to move up. But I'm like, I don't know if I want to move up.
Don't move up. Don't do it. I felt it. Don't do it.
Like I really don't know if I want to, and as bad as it is, like I could get more money for school and stuff and more equipment or whatever, but I just don't see myself being a manager, and I don't think I want to be a manager.
You don't. But to be honest, the only reason I knew off the bat, like even my girlfriend was like, don't do it. Like, don't do it. But the only reason I really did it was for this, to make like a little. I mean, I don't make like really a big difference, but only like a little more. But that little more like goes into this. Like that's what's able to make this stuff. So I feel like if you could find a different job, probably pays a little more, like that little more, put it into your art. Or if you were to become a manager, like that little more, the difference from your check, put that into like your art. Put that into yourself, you know?
Definitely. Like I didn't start doing this graphic stuff until I want to say 2 years ago. I went out and bought an iPad because this artist that I listen to, his name's Fora. He had posted that he was trying to get like fans or whatever, I guess, to help with his clothing line, and he would choose like different designs and they could be featured on his clothing line. Okay. So I was like, fuck it, let's go buy an iPad. Like, right. I bought like a $700 iPad, and then the Apple Pencil, and I bought like I think it was almost it was like $900 or almost $1,000. I wouldn't be surprised if it was $1,000, because then I also bought like insurance for it and stuff.
The Apple Care shit.
But I started doing designs to send it off to them, and then that's where it really like started, where I was focusing only on the iPad. And sometimes it bothers me a little to work on it, just because I feel like I've lost like my traditional ways. Yeah. And I miss the feel of a pencil sometimes and actually sketching on paper. Yeah. And I also feel like I draw different on paper.
Because it's like a different feeling, right?
Yeah,
like
it's more in tune or whatever.
Yeah, yeah. Like, yeah,
and totally with a screen, if I get bored or I'm like not liking the direction that my drawing's going in, and I take a break, I just get off and I start scrolling, going on YouTube. And
YouTube's a horrible place. Like if you're trying to be productive, YouTube's a horrible fucking place.
Yeah, I shouldn't spend so much time on YouTube, but I also would like to. That's why I want to buy a laptop too. Yeah. Or that me and my girlfriend want to buy a laptop for, because we want to start videos, her doing her hair videos and me doing like art videos and stuff.
That's what I told my girlfriend too. Like, I obviously I have a YouTube channel for this, which I'm gonna post the audio. But I told my girlfriend the other day, I'm like, what if we started vlogging? And she was like, what? Like, what the fuck? I'm like, yeah, but I'm not like, I don't know if I wanted people like, be watching me like that all the time. But if I'm already on here, might as fucking well,
Yeah.
like, might as well do it.
I always thinking about that too. Like, how would I actually make my YouTube channel?
Yeah.
Would I do the process of me like going to stores and recording like trips and stuff,
Yeah.
or how would I go? But I think I would involve myself in it because it also brings that interaction between people rather than just seeing you draw.
Yeah. I think that's important. I think people like nowadays like interaction because people are like constantly on their laptops and phones. They're always watching people like fucking mukbangs. Like that's what they call, right? We watch people eat.
I don't understand.
I think that shit's so wild. Like why? Like what the fuck? Why would you watch them eat? Like I don't get that.
You know what I was stuck on when it first came out? That it wasn't putty, but it was like all over Instagram at some point. It was like squishy shit.
I have no clue what the fuck you're
Dude,
talking
it was
about.
literally just people buying squishy stuff and like cutting it up or putting glitter in it and just like messing with it.
Like that satisfying feeling bullshit thing. I get you.
I wasn't like watching it daily, but if it would come up, I would click on a video and be like, that looks fun. Yeah. And I was stuck on it not stuck on it, but it would come up in my like popular page and I was like, okay, I need to get rid of this because now my art's getting lost in there.
I totally get you. And that shit's like, that's what, like I've been off Facebook, Instagram, Twitter for like the longest fucking time. So I missed that. So I'm glad I missed that shit because I know me, like once I get on something, like so I'm saying YouTube's a terrible place because then I just sit there and watch every fucking video that
and
pops
then you're
up.
like, oh, it's just 10 minutes. And then you're like, oh, this one's interesting. Another 15, another 10, 8. And then you're like 3 hours later. Oh, shit.
And you're like, I didn't get shit done. Like, yeah. I know you mentioned that artist earlier. What other inspirations do you have for your art? Like, I know before you mentioned it was like cartoon and that guy. You said it was a guy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. What else inspires you for your art?
Recently, well, like I said earlier too, like I've barely kind of found the direction I want my art to go in. So like kind of intersecting colors and whatnot. Like I have a Rocco piece where I have like these lines coming out. I have clouds on the top. Yeah. Rocco's in the middle, all tripped out. He's like drooling. He has a chain on.
I think I've seen that one, yeah.
I did 2 of those. I did one as a digital piece, and then I also did one on a painting or a wood board. Okay. And that one's a little more like a 3D perspective because I have them like on an angle. Okay. But I did this thing where from the clouds, kind of like a lightning strike going down, and it's just like diagonal lines like going from left to right, left to right. But I change from gray to light gray, gray to light gray, gray to light gray. So the lightning bolt? Yeah. Oh, okay. And then I also had pink coming out of... So his head is kind of like popping out with his brain showing too. And then there's like pink coming out. But the pink that intersects the lightning bolts, I'll change the color wave that intersects. Yeah. And I feel like I kind of got that inspiration by this guy named Brian Donnelly. Okay. And he's also known for... Well, he's not also known for... He is known for Cause. I don't know if you've ever heard of them.
Probably not.
Okay.
Like I'm telling you, I've been off like social media for a while, so like I don't know anyone anymore.
Well, Cause he takes like modern cartoons like Snoopy, Felix the Cat, SpongeBob, Elmo, Sesame Street. Yeah. And he'll basically throw it into his pieces, kind of like is juxify a word? Like juxtaposition kind of thing? Yeah, I don't even know.
We can make it a word. Fuck
juxify.
We do everything on this podcast. We'll make it a word if it's not a word.
So like he'll take SpongeBob's eyeballs and then maybe Snoopy and like intersect them and then intersect colors and just like lines on top of lines, but whatever lines cross, the color changes. And like dope. Yeah, he's a really good artist, and I feel like he definitely inspires me, as well as like these other Instagram artists I found. Yeah. They do murals, and they're called the Low Bros.
Okay.
And they do the same thing, like just random color waves, and I don't know, it's insane.
They do them here, or where are they from?
I think they go all over the world, like.
Oh, so they're like traveling and shit.
Yeah,
like
they're pretty
shit.
big. Like
Yeah.
I call them Instagram artists, but they're not Instagram artists.
They're like artists.
Yeah, they're huge, you know. But
Yeah.
I found them off of Instagram.
Yeah.
But I would definitely say Cause is a big inspiration right now.
Yeah, I got you. I mean, I don't know much about art. Like, I don't know shit about art. Like, the only person I know is Banksy. I think his shit is dope
Oh yeah,
as
he's
fuck.
cool.
But I think everyone knows Banksy, like, at some point. Cause
I can agree though. I don't know. I know names, but I don't know shit about details or anything. Like,
yeah.
what's his name? Andy Warhol. I know he's really huge, but
Yeah.
never really heard or like seen his art so much.
Yeah.
And same thing with like this other guy. I don't know his name either, but I don't know if you've ever seen like the big sculptures of like balloon animals.
I think so. I probably have.
I know. Oh, his name's Jeff Koons. And
Jeff Koons?
Yeah, he just makes like balloon dogs, but they're sculptures and they're shiny and it works, you know.
Yeah.
But I don't know much about the art world as much as I should.
I mean, I feel like as long as you have your own art, like, it'll get there, you know? Like, it'll come to you. Like, you have your own style, you have your own art, you're doing your own thing. Eventually, you'll come across, like, everything, you know? Because, like, with this podcasting shit, like, I only listen to, like, 5 people, but I listen to them, like, religiously. Like, every car ride, every day, I'm always listening to them.
Yeah.
But, like I had the other day, somebody asked me about some other podcast, and I'm like, dude, I don't know who you're talking about. I don't give a fuck. Like, I have no clue. But, I mean, it's everybody in their own thing, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. But, so you still feeling nervous on this podcast or not?
A little bit. I felt like as I was going into it, I would have been more, I don't know, maybe talkative.
Yeah.
But I'm feeling a little like I'm holding myself back, and I don't know why.
Don't, dude. Let yourself loose, man.
I think it's just like the social
interaction of like other people listening to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've always had like this thing where I always felt like judged. Yeah. I don't have it as much, but when I was younger, I definitely felt like I would get judged a lot, and people were probably not even judging me, but I just had it in the back of my mind. Like how you were saying in your last podcast, like people let their mind get to themselves or whatever. And
like,
I
you're
was
your biggest enemy.
like that. Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Holds you back on a lot of things. But what was I gonna say? But next time we're on the show, we got the okay from the guy. He's like, I asked him if I could bring alcohol. He's like, I don't give a fuck. And I was like, dude, I love this place. Like, of course I do. And I told him, like, can I bring the little Jack Daniels bottle? That was my way of like easing into like
just a little one.
He's like, bring the big one. I'm like, dude, I fucking love you.
Yes.
Like, hell yeah. Kill that shit in one day, man. But yeah, it's pretty cool. Eventually I wonder, like, what are your plans for your art? Like, you plan on like what do you have next?
I mean, definitely when I go back to school and learn animation, I want to focus on 3D because as of 2D animation, that's where I'm at right now. I'm just 2D drawings. I don't know anything about 3D or how it works. Yeah. I mean, I know it's kind of like, it looks like a clay thing, like a virtual clay thing, which is kind of crazy, but I don't know anything about the process of that or whatever. So I want to focus on that. Yeah. But I think, I don't know, man. My mind goes everywhere with it, to be honest, because I see myself in Disney. Yeah. Because of the characters. I like creating characters. Yeah. But I also see myself having my own show. Yeah. Which I have a set of characters. Mm-hmm. And I think I would want it to be like an adult comedy. Yeah. And the kind of direction I don't know how, you know what Cuphead is? Nah. It's a video game, and it's kind of like an old school 2D cartoon, like traditional sketching cartoon game. Yeah. Like, have you ever watched Felix the Cat or no?
I know Felix the Cat, yeah.
Or like how the old Mickey Mouses and all that, how it's very like bouncy and shit, yeah. Like super toony.
You talking like the black and white type of shit?
Yeah. I get you. So Cuphead is kind of the same. Like they're really bouncy and whatnot, and I kind of see my show in that direction. Yeah. But I also don't, because I see it as like an action show and whatnot. I don't know. I don't have an exact plot or whatever.
Yeah.
I just have a general idea.
But that's the cool part about having your own show, though. If you wanted it could be all in one. You could do whatever the fuck you want with it,
that's
you know?
true.
Yeah. Like, I think that's important, especially, like, when you're doing your own projects and stuff, like, having the independence and the decision-making to be like, I want to do this. Nah, fuck that. I want to do something else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I would also like to learn, like, sculpting. Like, I would like to sell my own figures.
I think that'd
if
be
I
dope.
could. Like, I see Instagram is the biggest place to go for me for, like, inspiration.
Yeah.
And I'll randomly get, like, people selling figures, and I'm like, damn, that's pretty fucking cool. Because I like collectible stuff.
Yeah, it's totally
And Cause sells collectibles of his main character, or I guess Image. It's called a companion.
Yeah.
And he sells figures
Have you
for
bought
like
one?
No, they're $1,000.
Oh, shit. What
Yeah,
the fuck?
they're expensive.
Wow.
And they sell out like that
Yeah.
because a lot of music artists and just bigger named people, I guess you can kind of say,
Yeah.
tend to get their hands on it right away because obviously they got the money for it, right? And I'm still trying to go to school, so that $1,000 gotta stay in the bank.
I wish I could throw $1,000 like
right
nothing,
on
dude.
a figure. Plus, I don't have my own place yet. I'm
Yeah.
still living with my girlfriend in her parents' house. So like we always, even if we go to the store, we'll be like, "Oh, this is fucking cute. I want it." But I'm like, it's not like we have a living room to
put
have
it
our
in.
own shit at. So
Yeah.
I don't want to buy super cool things that I would want in like my studio
Yeah.
and just have it lying in the closet for however long until we get a place, you know.
Yeah. And you want like a studio for your own art, right? Like that's
Yeah,
always the idea.
I-
Have like a big that's
I
dope.
don't know. I imagine it definitely with like maybe a big window for like natural light.
Yeah.
And I imagine it all white
Yeah.
all the time. All white. I don't know why.
Like
Maybe
a blank, just blank.
Yeah, just blank.
Yeah.
So then I guess I could focus more maybe.
Yeah.
But
That'd be pretty cool.
I have many directions. I even, when I listen to music and I think about like animations, like I'll play in my head
Yeah.
how I would probably animate
To
this
that, like,
music video. Like
yeah.
how some music doesn't have a video and people will create like visualizers or whatever.
Yeah.
I would like to see myself doing that too.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man, I'm everywhere.
Dude, that's good though, because like you're not holding yourself to one thing.
Yeah.
And I feel like that could be really bad. I mean, I know they say don't spread yourself too thin, but like, dude, if you can do a little bit of everything, that's fucking raw. Like, imagine having your own show, doing music videos, and like, you know, like
Yeah.
everywhere, doing animations for other people or just for yourself. I think that's super raw and super important, you know?
I even want to work with like soundboarding, like what's it called? Like learning how to make beats and stuff.
Yeah, like producing shit.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be super fucking raw. I don't know. I feel like that's because I've seen like when I do the podcast, I see like sound waves and I have to like piece things together, and that shit's complicated for me. And I only do like 2 little pieces, but then I see music and they got like 6, 7 things on one fucking. I'm like, dude, how?
I've tried on GarageBand. I've tried to make a song with. I didn't use my own instruments. I kind of used like beats that were already made, but then I put it all together.
Yeah.
And it sounded pretty cool. And I had planned to put it with a recording I had done with this paint. I think I mentioned it to you before.
You did, yeah.
With a painting that I had done where it was like this woman, and it was for Earth Day.
Okay.
My girlfriend, when she worked at the previous salon that she was at, they were trying to sell art, and whatever money they obtained for the art, they would send it to basically like be donated to.
It's like a foundation for like Earth Day or some shit.
Yeah.
Like for the environment. Yeah.
And so I had done this woman with a waterfall, and on top of her head was like this tree, and it kind of looked like a bonsai tree. And I started thinking about like Asian culture and stuff like that. So I was trying to go with like a tune with like their kind of instruments, kind of say like mandolin. I don't even know. I'm not even gonna try to know what kind of. But there was like samples of like Chinese instruments and all this kind of stuff. So I was just like working off of that. And then when I tried to get the song or beat or whatever you want to call it onto the video, it didn't work because I don't have a laptop.
Oh,
and
yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, great.
That's super difficult. A laptop does a lot. Like
It does.
it opens up a lot of doors. I couldn't do this shit without it, man. I got this shit cheap too. I was super excited.
Right. I was gonna ask you that, but
Dude, no, yeah, I got it. I had a friend that was I forgot where he works, but he was selling a laptop, and he put on a story. I'm like, I want it, and he's like, I asked him how much. He gave it to me like a little cheaper because I know him, and I was like super fucking dope. Like it's a steal, dude. Like I was really excited. And I mean, I'll ask him if he has another one. I don't think he does. So it was a while ago, you know.
yeah.
But I'll definitely ask and see if I can find another one for you.
Yeah, like we have a friend that we just met recently, and he's a photographer. His name is Jesse Visuals,
Okay.
and he had posted the other day that his friend was selling a GoPro,
Okay.
and I wanted to buy it,
Yeah.
but I was debating it because I was like, do I really need this right now? Because if I start we have a camera already. We have
Okay.
a Canon, and if I start making videos, I'd like to have a little bit of different angles, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
But I also was like, nah,
Nah.
I'll just wait on it.
Can't do it. Yeah, I totally.
So
feel
I
you.
didn't end up messaging the person, but
Yeah. So you just never. Oh, all right. I thought you were gonna keep going
No.
with it. That's why. No, yeah. I mean, I only bought it because I was able to. Like, I had a little extra change. I was like, dude, like everything fell into place.
yeah.
So I was like, I'm definitely getting it. But yeah, I was gonna ask you. So for your art, because it's like trippy and shit sometimes. Do you do your art on drugs? Like, do you get high and shit? Yeah.
I think smoking weed helps me.
Okay.
That's the only drug I go to. I don't really drink.
Okay.
If I do drink, it's
Like a
very
social
little.
drink?
Yeah, it's like I
Yeah.
won't get fucked up. I don't like it.
What
I
else
don't
have you
like the
tried? Have you tried
aftermath.
anything else?
No, I've wanted to, and we might for Coachella, but we're not totally sure yet.
Oh, you're going to Coachella?
Yeah,
That's dope.
it's first time, so that's exciting.
Weed's the only thing I've ever done.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I'm willing to try anything, yo. Like, the only thing I won't do is like heroin. Like, no.
Oh,
that's,
no.
that's like super, super, like, you know?
That's
like,
beyond the spectrum.
Yeah, that's way in the spectrum. But like, I told my girlfriend too, like, I want to try a little bit of everything.
Mm-hmm.
She's like in law enforcement, so she's like, no.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, she's fucking raw. She's almost done with
Shit.
school. She's raw as
That's
fuck.
nice. My girlfriend's brother is a police officer.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
That's dope. I don't think she's gonna be like a police officer, like per se, but somewhere in that field.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she went to like a prison yesterday or the other. Yeah, I don't know. Whenever I posted, whatever day she went recently, and she was so nervous. She's like, "What if it's like scared straight? Like there's fucking you guys banging on the walls and shit." And then she calls me. She was so disappointed. She was whack. I'm like, "What do you mean?" And they were just chilling. Like they weren't doing anything.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure in the for the show they like
They had
they tell them to like, hey, scare the shit out of these fucking kids.
That's what I would expect, yo. I'm scared to go to jail. Like I wouldn't survive in jail. Real shit.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I'm too nice.
Yeah. I have a game plan already if I go to jail, like how to survive.
Oh shit.
Like I've thought this shit out. I feel like I try to like do as much as I can to prepare for situations. That'll never happen. You'll never find me in jail. But like, let's say some wild shit happens, I get framed for a crime. I know how I'm gonna be top dog. I already know I'm gonna take over. I'm gonna join every gang there is. I'm gonna bring everything together. I'm gonna be like El Chapo of gang of
King of
jail
Kings.
gangs. King of Kings. Hell yeah. I got a whole plan set up. I mean, I would say it, but I'm trying to keep that shit on the DL.
Oh yeah, that's you. You know, that's
me.
your survival
That's my survival.
guide.
Yeah, make a shank. Fucking, I got this shit. I'll survive. Yeah. But I was gonna ask you 'cause I feel like sometimes I see art and I see artists and I'm like, you had to have been high to do that shit. Like, I mean, I'm not saying yours in like specifically, but in general.
I think it definitely lets my brain flow a little more. Like
Yeah.
with the Rocco piece,
Yeah.
I smoked and I had no idea. I knew I wanted to draw Rocco. I knew I wanted him with a chain. Because I was also, there's another guy that I follow on Instagram that I've kind of like got tips off of by watching his YouTube videos. And
Right.
I've used that for like the more human characters that
Yeah.
I'm like in process of doing and stuff. But he does music artists too, so like he'll draw their chains and stuff, and I wanted to draw Rocco with a chain because I wanted to try to, I guess, how do you say, imitate or
Okay.
try to see what he does
Yeah,
to
yeah.
get it to look like a chain.
Yeah.
So I drew Rocco with a chain, and then as for the background and the squigglies that I was telling you or whatever, the lightning bolts and all that,
Yeah.
I was not gonna add any of that in. And then I smoked, and I was like, oh, it would look cool like this and this and that, and it just flowed all together. And then when I was done, I was like, I love it.
Yeah, I want to do this shit high. I think it'd be fun to do high.
Oh yeah, dude, it definitely helps me.
I would love to have my own studio so I can do whatever the fuck I want. Like my dream studio, have like a wall full of liquor, and then have like a little magic box of like drugs. I'm like, what do you want to try today? Like, let's do this shit. Yeah, exactly. And but we raw as fuck to smoke in here. Like, there's this guy, you know Mike Tyson. You know who Mike Tyson is, right?
Yeah.
The boxer.
Is
He
that
does a
the guy
podcast with the
Okay.
tattoo on his face. He does a podcast and they smoke and shit. You know how raw that shit is? Imagine smoking weed with Mike Tyson and doing an interview.
Shit.
Sounds like a dream to me, yo. That dude's fucking raw. But yeah. All right. Well, we're gonna cut this thing pretty quick. Do you have anything you want to say to people? Like, let them know your like Instagram handle, whatever you're doing, what you got next, and just what's going on.
My Instagram is Alexis Sketches with an underscore at the end. And really, I'm just trying to get more commission pieces because, like I said, I just started like last year. So I've only had about, I think you're like my 6th one, really.
Okay.
So if you want something,
Yeah.
if you do music, if you do art, if you do photography, you need a logo or anything.
Even a podcast.
A podcast, yeah, anything you need a design for, I could try to make it come true. You just gotta give me something to visualize, and yeah,
definitely hit up the homie Alexis, because like I said, I expected something different, and I got something, like even more different than I expected, and that shit, I thought I was very satisfied, and I feel like with my this is something I'm trying to do, and I feel with anybody, if it's something you're trying to do, you want it to be perfect.
Yeah.
You're not gonna settle for anything, and I don't feel like I'm settling. So definitely hit up my girl Alexis. Thank you so much for stopping by the podcast. I know we had a few like interruptions, technical difficulties, but definitely next time you're on here, it'll be set up, it'll be a lot better. We'll definitely have like some alcohol or something over here. Like, how do you feel? Do you still feel nervous, or how do you feel now? Do you feel accomplished?
Yes and yes.
Yeah. Do you think next time?
I'm still nervous, and I do feel accomplished.
Yeah. Do you think next time you'll feel as nervous?
I think maybe I can look over, because like I told you, I just kind of skimmed through it, so it could be a little more genuine.
Yeah,
but maybe if I prepare a little more, I'll be able to keep the conversation a little more in depth.
I think you did good. I think you're fine, yo.
Thank you.
I think it's just different because this is your first interview.
Yeah.
And I feel like if it's like I threw you in here, I was like, come do the interview, sit down, and like let's do this shit.
No, but I enjoyed it, and I appreciate you having me in thought to come be part of your thing that you've been wanting to do for a while.
For sure, yo, I appreciate it. You're my second guest. How do you feel?
Yes.
Yeah.
Number 2.
Dude, my whole dream thing, real shit, is I want to have like a wall I get in my studio with like the names of guests like on the wall. And like have like fill up that wall with shit,
Like signature kind of
Yeah. So whenever I get that done, you'll definitely come back for a part 2, and we'll definitely sign that shit. But obviously that's way in the future.
I'm down though.
Yeah, hell yeah, right? But like I said, thank you, Alexa, so much for stopping by. Appreciate you taking time out your day. So just say bye. Peace out, yo.
Bye.